Hi, my name is Caitlin Trickey. These are my team members, Sarah, Sean, and Yin. This semester, we had the opportunity to work on a project through the class, Usability, Needs, and Evaluation, for a website called DriveSmart. DriveSmart is a website partnered with Mott's Children's Hospital and Kohl's Cares to join parents and teens to combat distracted driving, which may look like this, or maybe even something like this.
The primary goal of Mott Children's Hospital team was to create a website through a grant from Kohl's department store that taught teenagers and parents about the dangers of distracted driving. Throughout the evaluation process, our primary goal was to test kohlsdrivesmart.org for usability, functionality, and effectiveness at meeting an information need based on the needs of our client. While working as research consultants for the technology team at the Children's Hospital, we employed a wide range of UX research methods, including interviews, surveys, comparative analyses, heuristic evaluations, and usability tests. At each stage of the research process, we reported on key findings and recommendations, and delivered the results to our client. Because only one of us was a parent, our first step was to interview parents in the target audience, particularly ones with children who were of or near driving age. We then set out to assess the competition, building a comparative analysis and rating each similar website on the basis of several parameters and measuring topics like aesthetics to ease of use.
Next, we administered a survey to gain a broader understanding of people's attitudes towards safe driving. There were 125 total respondents, 118 of whom were parents. 91% of those respondents rated texting and driving to be very dangerous.
After continuing to fine-tune, we used Nielsen's 10 heuristics to conduct a heuristic evaluation and categorize the most important fixes that needed to be made. Finally, our results were synthesized in a final usability report that had 6 new research subjects test out the website by setting to accomplish different specified tasks.
One of the major components of the DriveSmart website is a safe driving contract that provides a framework of expected parent and teen behaviors. Parents can download it, print it, and then sign it with their teen driver. In our online survey, however, we found that all parents prefer to simply sit down and talk to their kids about important issues like safe driving. As such, we suggested eliminating this aspect of the website and adding more educational resources to support parent conversations with teens. The DriveSmart campaign targets kids who are either about to learn to drive or are in the initial phases of driving training. This includes kids from age 12 to 15. In our survey, however, we found that parents overwhelmingly felt that kids should be educated about safe driving long before they learn to drive. Therefore, we suggested that the DriveSmart website include resources for much younger children, even children as young as 6. In terms of the DriveSmart website usability and aesthetics, the biggest challenge users encountered was simply navigating the website. The website's navigation bar disappeared when users scrolled through the pages, which meant that they had to scroll all the way back to the top in order to navigate elsewhere in the site. Users were also unable to easily navigate out of the driving game, and they also had difficulty simply returning to the home page. We suggested that the DriveSmart navigation bar should remain visible at the top of the page while users scroll through the material. Adding breadcrumbs at the top of the page would also help users determine where they are in the site at any given point. Finally, we suggested adding a navigation bar or exit button in the driving game, so users can easily leave the area even if they have not finished the game.
One of the DriveSmart website's main goals is to provide information to parents and teens to educate them about the dangers of distracted driving. Though the quality of the material provided is very high, users found it difficult to simply locate information they were seeking. Users confronted long blocks of text and weren't sure exactly where to go on the site to seek specific information. To make this important material more accessible and engaging, we suggested reducing the quantity of text and adding or amplifying graphical presentations of facts and statistics. We also suggested changing the name of the Why Drive Smart page on which this information is located to something that more clearly describes the content of that area. During our heuristic evaluation and our usability testing, it became clear that DriveSmart's mailing form could be improved. There was no place where users could indicate how many driving kits they needed. Additionally, users were given a simple block in which to enter their mailing address. Some users entered an email address instead, and the site did not generate an error message. We suggested adding a drop-down menu to indicate the number of kits needed, and breaking the form up into labeled windows for name, street address, town, and zip code. We also suggested including an alert message that would let users know when they entered incorrect data. The DriveSmart website also includes an educational driving game for teens that provides information about safe driving. Through our usability testing, we found that users felt that the game was not engaging enough. Users also commented that the videos embedded in the game were too long, and the same videos were offered repeatedly throughout the game. After clicking twice and getting the same video, users lost interest in the videos. We felt that the game could be more engaging and that videos within the game could be shorter and more varied. Finally, we found that the DriveSmart website had a few accessibility issues. The driving game relies heavily on red and green, two colors that are very hard for people who are colorblind to distinguish between. Additionally, videos on the site did not have closed captioning for the hearing impaired. In order to ensure broad access to this important site, we suggest changing the color scheme of the driving game and selecting videos that include closed captioning.
Overall, these were the major findings and recommendations we have for DriveSmart through our usability evaluation process. The appropriate next steps would be for DriveSmart to continue multi-platform development for desktop, mobile, and tablet interfaces. Implement the suggestions we have made and conduct further testing if necessary. We'd like to thank the DriveSmart team for providing us with resources and the site areas for testing, and for our instructors for providing guidance throughout the semester during this process. Thank you.